Hello and welcome to the Talking Fantasy Baseball Podcast Midweek Minutes Edition on Tuesday, May 27th. My name is Eric Henriksen. On each Midweek Minutes, we'll be bringing you the biggest news and notes you need to know. A quick reminder that if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're available on all major podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and the Odyssey app. Leave us a 5-star rating or a thumbs up, a kind review. It really helps us out a lot. And so with that out of the way, let's get to it. Ronald Acuña has returned. He hit a 115-mile-per-hour home run in his first at-bat after nearly 1 full year to the day after tearing his ACL. And so far, his average fly ball exit velo has been 105.3 miles per hour. That is absolutely insane. I think Ronald Acuña is back. Now, you may not see the counting stats on the base paths, but the power is legit, and I think you're going to reap the benefits if you were smart enough to draft him or trade for him in a keeper league before the season started. Ronald Acuña is back. Logan Henderson was once again demoted to the minor leagues. He's looked nothing short of great so far in his time in the majors. 21 innings, 29 strikeouts. But unfortunately, there just isn't room in the Milwaukee Brewers rotation for him at the moment. Plus, I think they're playing a little bit of manipulation with service time and limiting his innings. And so I think they're just playing games with Logan Henderson at this point in Milwaukee. They really don't have a need for a fifth starter at the moment, but I can't imagine he is their fifth starter. He has performed better than anybody that they have in their rotation, except Freddie Peralta. There's no reason for Logan Henderson to be sent down. So if you have him, stash him. Don't let him go to the wire, because if you're in my league, I will pick him up. Michael King landed on the IL this past weekend due to shoulder inflammation. The report is he just slept on his shoulder wrong, and for what it's worth, the Padres manager just believes that he could miss just one start with how the schedule lines up. I'm less optimistic, because if you just slept on your shoulder wrong, why are you ending up on the IL? I do have King in one league, and I'm just not thrilled with him having to miss 1 or 2 starts. He was in a really nice groove. I just wish that the Padres would also let him go deeper into games. It's kind of frustrating that he seems to always get pulled with 5 2/3 innings. He's got elite swing and miss stuff. Just let him go 6, get that quality start, have a better shot at a win. But Michael King on the IL, shoulder inflammation, and we don't have exact news on what is wrong with him quite yet. Hopefully we will get that soon. We might even be able to address that on Friday during our feature-length episode. Jordan Lawler is 0 for 13 since his call-up, and he has sat 4 out of the last 5 games for the Diamondbacks. They really don't seem interested in playing him very often, and he has not looked good while he's at the plate. Despite putting up monster numbers at AAA in a very hitter-friendly environment, Josh and I did analyze the impact that Lawler could bring to the table once he did get the call, and I think he's kind of doing less than what we thought he would do, which wasn't very much to begin with. Jordan Lawler seems to really be struggling at the major league level. He is just 22 years old, and there are a lot of top prospects that do take time, but this is his second exposure to the major leagues, and I'm just getting Jared Kelenic vibes, which isn't great. If you remember, Jared Kelenic came up a couple years ago to much fanfare and was terrible. Like, whatever is worse than terrible, he was that. And he remained that. Multiple chances in a row in Seattle. Year after year, he just was not very good. Then he gets sent to Atlanta, and he is in the minor leagues currently after a blip on the radar over the last couple seasons. Jordan Lawler may end up being in that same precarious situation. He just does not hit the ball very hard. He's not hitting the ball very well at all. Like I said, he is 0 for since getting the call. So if you have Jordan Lawler in a redraft league, I'm pretty sure you can move on. There's probably better shortstop alternatives or middle infield alternatives out there for you. Nick Kurtz landed on the injured list today with a hip flexor strain. It's unfortunate because he was finally starting to heat up despite an abysmal 33% strikeout rate, which actually was improved because it was up near 40%. He was really hot over his last 7 games prior to the injury on Saturday the 24th. He had 4 homers and 9 RBIs over those 7 games. and he really looked like he was starting to come into his own and get comfortable at the major league level. The power is there. He's hitting the ball hard. His swing decisions do need to improve, but Nick Kurtz looked like he was on the up and up, and now he lands on the injured list with a hip flexor strain. And who knows, maybe that could be good for Tyler Soderstrom, because now Soderstrom can go back to his natural position of first base instead of playing the outfield, because since they moved him to the outfield, Soderstrom has been terrible. But Nick Kurtz lands on the IL with a hip flexor strain. Hopefully that doesn't impact him long-term during the season, because again, he was just starting to turn it around. Unfortunately, this may be the last time we give a Judge update. We've reached week 3 with that update of Judge hitting over 400. He's down to a lowly 398. I mean, he was even lower than that, but he went 2 for 5 the other day, raised it back up to 398. And who knows, maybe in this series against the Angels, he'll get that back up over 400. But as of right now, this might be the last update I give on the midweek minutes, with Aaron Judge hitting a very lowly and a very disappointing 398. No, I'm just kidding. The man is nuts. He is insane. He's so good. He is so good. He's just on another level. 398 is just an incredible batting average on May 27th. We're just about 2 full months into the season, because remember, we didn't start April 1st. It started at the end of March. So we're about 2 full months into the season. Judge is hitting 398, and there's a good chance that average goes back up by the end of this current series against the Angels. And hopefully I can give you another update next week about Judge hitting over 400. But that does it for this edition of Midweek Minutes. Josh and I will be back later this week with an all-new full-length episode. Once again, please subscribe. We're on all major podcast platforms. Give us a like, a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, a kind review. We will read them all. And if there's anything you want us to talk about on the Midweek Minutes, or even on our feature-length episode, drop us a message. For Talking Fantasy Baseball's Midweek Minutes, I'm Eric saying, see you next time.